The Story of Percentage, a tale of savings, shopping, and surprises. Once upon a time in the small town of Greenfield, there lived a young boy named Jack. Jack was always curious about how things worked in the world around him. One day, while walking home from school, Jack came across a big sale at a local store. A sign outside the store said, 50% off on all items. Jack didn't really understand what that meant, so he asked his friend, Sarah, who was walking with him. Sarah, what does 50% off mean? Does that mean the items are free? Jack asked with a puzzled look on his face. Sarah smiled and explained, Well, Jack, 50% off doesn't mean the items are free. It means you only need to pay half of the original price. The word percent comes from the Latin words per and cent, meaning by the hundred. So when something is 50% off, it means you pay 50 out of every 100 parts of the price. Jack was still unsure, so Sarah decided to explain it with a simple example. Let's say you want to buy a toy that costs $20, Sarah said. If the toy is on sale for 50% off, you only pay half of $20, which is $10. So, instead of paying the full price of $20, you save $10. This is what we mean when we say something is a certain percentage off. Jack thought about it for a moment and then smiled. So, 50% means half the price, and I save money? Exactly, Sarah replied. Now, what if the store had a sale that was 25% off instead of 50%? Jack thought for a second, then said, If 50% is half, then 25% must be a quarter of the price, right? Sarah nodded. You got it. So if you're buying a $20 toy and it's 25% off, you pay only 75% of the price. To figure out how much that is, you can calculate 25% of $20. Jack was excited to learn. Okay, so how do I calculate 25% of $20? Sarah explained. To find 25% of $20, you can first find 1% of $20 and then multiply it by 25. Here's how. 1% of $20 is $0.20, so 25% of $20 is 25 times 20 cents, which equals $5. Wait a minute, Jack said, getting even more excited. If the toy is $20 and the sale is 25% off, then I save $5, right? That's right, Jack, Sarah said. So you would pay $20 minus the $5, which is $15. You saved $5 because the toy was 25% off. Jack was beginning to see how percentage worked. So, if something is 100% off, does that mean it's free? Sarah laughed. Yes, exactly. If something is 100% off, you don't pay anything at all. But that doesn't happen very often. Jack continued to think about percentages and asked, What if I wanted to know how much 10% of $200 is? How would I figure that out? Sarah said, Good question. To find 10% of $200, you first need to find 1% of $200. 1% of $200 is $2. $200 is $2, and then you multiply $2 by 10 to get $20. So 10% of $200 is $20. Jack nodded. Okay, so if I have $200 and I want to give away 10% of it, I would give away $20? Exactly, Sarah replied. You've got it. Now let's say you have $200 and you want to save 10% of it. How much would you save? Jack thought for a moment and said, If I'm saving 10% of $200, I would save $20, right? Exactly, Sarah said, smiling. That's the beauty of percentages. You can figure out exactly how much to save, how much to spend, and how much to give away just by understanding percentages. The magic of percentages in real life.